Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Train Simulator Classic, aka Railworks. Today we're going to be taking a look at a somewhat older, when I say somewhat, it's definitely older, it's been around for a minute, but an older model from Meshtools that is and isn't a pack. I don't know how to describe this because there's a few packs with this, so it's not really a standalone DLC, but it is at the same time. So I actually have the DLC page pulled up just to explain this better. But today we're going to be taking a look at the J94 060 ST Austerity class from Meshtools. This locomotive was first introduced, I believe, for the Memories of Merity route, which the pack is marketed for the J94, and then the route comes with the J94. Bit odd, but you know, whatever. But this locomotive is also included with a good bunch of their other DLC, like Return to Merity and a standalone J94 pack. It's also the standard version that comes with the J50 pack. So the locomotive's been around. It's definitely not new per se, but I'm going to take a look at the original, to my knowledge, pack, the J94 Memory of Merities pack. This will essentially cover the other two, however, that I know of, just because they're not going to be wildly different. I say that. They're not going to be wildly different. They're just, it's the same locomotive, just different schemes, different eras. That floats your boat, cool beans. Not something that I go out of my way for, so I didn't. So I'm going to be using the Memory of Merities pack. Just know that we're going over the J94 as a whole. So, what is this thing? It's a little 060 ST, designed by Hunslet Engine Company for obviously shunting work. Typically, little saddle tank locomotives like this are used for industrial switching, dockside switching, and whatnot. Places where a short, light steam locomotive is needed. Class became a standard British shunting locomotive during the Second World War, and production continued until 1964 at various locomotive manufacturers. So, pretty late-lived steam locomotive. Built between 1943 and 1964 by, oh goodness, designed by the Hunslet Company. Built by W.G. Bagnall, Andrew Barclay and Sons, Hudswell Clark, Robert Stevenson and Hawthorns, and the Vulcan Foundry, with a total of 485 being produced. What's crazy is 70 of these locomotives are preserved today, according to Wikipedia anyway, but 70. It's kind of a crazy thing to think about. 70 of these things survive. You know how incredibly rare that is in the United States to find a large number of any one particular class to survive in a preservation? It's pretty much unheard of. To go ahead and throw that out there. Pretty much unheard of. Yeah. Even in Europe, it's kind of a wild thing to think about. I know Europe is a little bit better at their steam locomotive preservations than we are, but even overseas, that's pretty wild to think about. That many of one particular class making it to today. Now, obviously, those 70 different locomotives are in various conditions: restored, unrestored, operational, displayed, you name it. Probably one sitting out there in some version or another. So widely used locomotive, widely popular. Ton of them survive. Now, in the Memories of Meridy pack, you're going to get a bunch of set paint schemes with set numbers. They are not dynamic locomotives, unfortunately. However, if we hop over here to the Meshtools page, you have Return to Meridy, which is going to come with, if I remember correctly, model on its own. Now, obviously, it's not the focus of this particular DLC. The little battery electric one is, but you're gonna get one for Return to Meridy. Obviously, you're gonna get the original Memories of Meridy, and then there's the standalone LNER BR pack for those of you that would like one that's dynamically numbered. And then I believe a standard version. Oh, goodness. Ooh, my indigestion's not happy. But I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, oogity boogity boogity, I believe a standard model comes with this pack. Could be crazy, but I'm pretty sure one of these standard models comes with the J50 pack. It might be somewhere down here. Might be one of the things you gotta read down there in the comment section. But yeah. Anyways. So it comes in a bunch of packs. Oh, there's the sheep. I was about to say, I feel like I'm crazy, but it is loud. So, well used, well known. Now, the liveries for the Return to Meridy are alright, I guess. The solid paint schemes like these don't look half bad. It's the weathered ones like this that are prime example of stuff like that just don't look good. The lettering is really, really barely noticeable. Your builder plate looks so out of place, it's not even funny. So the weathered models just, they're not that great. However, each livery is also kind of specific in their details, so certain things will change across certain locomotives. You got this kind of industrial front guard on the frame here on the BSC model, or as you come over to the LMR Wagner, and it's not there. Things like the stack will change. I think the whistle changes on a couple of them. Certain things like nameplates will change. But overall, they're pretty much the same locomotive across the board. That's why we're only going to use the Earl David here as our test dummy. As I said, really the only thing that changes at all in these sound-wise is the whistle. Otherwise, the sounds are identical across all of them. Even though the LMR model here is probably my favorite paint scheme of this particular pack. I actually really like this blue. It's very pretty. Now, as I said, this is an older pack. This is something like 2012. I think I saw that right. 2012. So it's been around for a minute. Meshtools has definitely progressed further in their more recent years. So these things definitely show their age. But compared to other things from 2012, they're pretty top of the line. They're pretty freaking nice. 2012, and we're seeing 3D rivets, 3D bolts, 3D parts-ish. And these are advanced models. There's an advanced and a standard, so that was a fairly new idea for 2012. Advanced steam models that require you to know a little bit about how to operate a steam locomotive to be able to move these. So these were pretty top of the line for their time. Now, as I said, some things haven't aged too well. If you get up close on them, it's very painfully obvious how low res a lot of the schemes are. The nameplates and the builder plates are really blurry. They're 2D, just kind of separate-ish objects. Like they're an object and a 2D texture placed over them. So, you know, they're not bad, they're not great. Compared to now, 2012, it's pretty darn cool. And I think you can pick these up on sale for dummy cheap. Pull it back up real quick. So that usually comes on sale half off-ish. So you can usually pick this up $10 to $12. $10 to $12. That's $7. That's $8 right there. Half off. You pick that up for $4. So you pick these up really, really cheap. Another one of those specific items. Got a little headlight here. But overall, they're not half bad. Like I said, there's some things that were really, really nice. Even today, like seriously, as an American, we see stuff in the U.S. or stuff made for the U.S. that ain't even got 3D rivets and whatnot. Made today, 2024. And this is November of 2012. November 2012? November 2012. 3D rivets. 3D bolts. Really quite nice. Truth be told, a good texture update on these would pretty much pull them into modern standards. Let's go ahead and run it. So that's one of the whistles, kind of hootery style. It's got a very noticeable loop to it. The hoo, click, woo, click. But it's not that bad, especially for, again, 2012. And it's quillable inside the cab, which is quite nice. Now we are on a Steam Workshop route. What is it called? The Magdabs, Heritage Railway Museum and Farm, something like that. It's a little short route. Pretty cool for showing off and testing these little tank locomotives like this. Kind of perfect for it. You know, not too long, kind of slow speed. So inside the cab, doesn't look that bad. Again, actually it looks a lot better than some of the stuff we see today. We got functioning cab roof, which does translate outside. Obviously our whistle. Our steam brake. Brakes will change depending on the locomotive. So some will have a steam brake, some will not. Air brake. Some will have different brakes. I haven't played through all of them in a while to know which ones have which. I will go ahead and throw that out there right now. We don't get this one. We don't get this one. We don't get this one. They're stoking, fireback's doors, driver's injector, fireman's injector. Don't get the seat. Increase, decrease. Reverser. For the advanced models, A lot of people do not understand this about Meshtool models. For the advanced models, you have to unlock the reverser. Hold the E key, then move the reverser to wherever you want it. But you have to unlock the reverser. You have to unlock the reverser. I will say it again. You have to unlock the reverser. Hold the E key, then it moves. Amazing how nobody ever gets that, and it's really quite simple. It's impressive how many people I've seen say, I can't get it to move. The reverser's stuck. That right there is exactly why. Hold the E key. It will work. So let's see, reverser. I don't think we get anything with these brakes. Obviously air brake there. Should be our cylinder cocks. Oh, cylinder cocks are open on spawn. Cool. Go ahead and crack our throttle a little bit. Of course, the sun is right square in the way to see anything down in here. However, rods and whatnot are modeled in here, because your drive rods and valve gear are inside the frame, while your connecting rods are on the outside of the frame. It is entertaining that our cylinder cocks are not blowing anything, though. Oh, there they are. I had to say something. You know, they don't sound half bad, considering how old they are. The rolling sound has always been loud, though. I will say that. Like, the actual physical movement sound has forever been quite loud. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's not horrible. It's not the best. It's not my favorite. The brakes definitely take some getting used to, though. And even the smoke is not that bad. I actually kind of like the idle smoke. It's kind of entertaining that this is not a runaround right here. I also find it very entertaining how the counterweights are off from each other and they're not all aligned. It's kind of wacky. It is prototypical. I'm not saying it's not. It's just kind of wacky, the idea of it. But yeah, fairly nice models, fairly nice locomotive. Absolutely awesome for branch lines and whatnot. They're not built for speed, so I know I've again seen people get very ticky because, well, they run out of steam too fast when they're going fast. Well, these locomotives are not built to go fast. They're built to go slow. 20, 25, 30 mile an hour maybe. Keep them under that, they tend to do pretty good, and they'll pull pretty well. So, as you guys saw, these are available on Steam. When they go on sale, they're really, really cheap. So I definitely recommend checking it out on sale. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's a pretty decent little pack. A little locomotive that I get a lot of use out of for AI. Oh my goodness. The safety is loud. There's some things like the sounds and the textures. If they got updated, truth be told, this pack would absolutely hold a candle to a lot of stuff put out today. I mean, it's kind of a testament to how good the pack itself is and the locomotives. Locomotives themselves are pretty nice. Obviously, as I showed you, can get them in 3 different ways, so I highly recommend checking out at least one of them. They're a fun little locomotive. If you like the little tank locomotives, they're a lot of fun. So yeah, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next time.